which is actually hurts and actually breaks my heart to see how misunderstood these mental illnesses are. And with virtual reality, YouTube, digital reality, it actually can raise empathy in the public towards mental illnesses. For example, it's YouTube, which is open to the public. And in all, I'm concluding my speech that digital reality can shape the future of human psychology, which raises awareness on mental health issues and also mental illnesses. You can spot symptoms better from you immerse yourself in the VR, put yourself in the shoes of what it's like having anxiety, what it's like having ADHD, what it's like having depression. All of these would raise empathy towards these mental health issues and mental illnesses. So in all, digital reality can help us to shape human psychology for the greater good. Thank you, everyone. Oh my God. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to our first presenter, Crystal, for that wonderful presentation. I cannot speak myself, apparently. So now to welcome our second presenter, who will be speaking on the question or responding to the question of what are some major implications of using big data of a society. So take it away.
Test mic, okay. Hello everyone, I'm Huaisi. Before I start, I just like to ask some questions here. I'm pretty sure every one of us have the experience of this. You're filling up surveys for some booth or some shops, and they're like, I will give you a free gift if you fill this up. Or today you're filling a surveys online in order to maybe get some free tickets for certain things. Or maybe you're just registering a new account and you're providing your own infos. So have you ever thought, where do all these infos goes to and where does they dive into? And that brings to my topic today, which is what are some major implications of using big data as a society? So big data refers to what I mentioned just now in the opening, where I mentioned that we actually fill in a lot of infos, a lot of our personal data without our consents and without our informations. And with that being said, why do we need big data? And that's why I'm here to talk to you about implications in the aspect of both positive and negative, and in the end, shall we accept big data as a whole? So looking at the benefits, right? If you are a business like boss or you are holding a company, you would definitely love all these data. Why? Because having big data, it allows you to analyze what is the preference of the customer. You will know what they love, what they like. If you're having like juice coffee, what's the favorite flavor out of all the populations out there? And with big data, you're able to know that. And that being said, you are definitely able to target more customers and brings you more revenues. And also, sometimes when we are using our own apps, or we are maybe you're using TikTok, you're using Instagrams, you will notice how many times often there are all sorts of advertisements jumping up that is according to your preference. Like yesterday, you're actually looking for like Adidas shoes on Shopee. Then the next day on Instagram, you see, oh, suddenly pop out an advertisement. Then you started to wonder, does my phone got CCTV? Why do you know what do I like? And that's how the big data works. Without you knowing, you are actually providing infos by even selecting the things you like and the items that you prefer. And as a whole, the whole economic can grow because, you know, business, they are all meant to service the people, and at the same time, they have to earn money. So it looks really great, right? Like big data sounds cool, sounds big. But the problem is, what are some implications that we might overlook or neglect? Definitely is our data, our privacy. So if you notice in our fundamental liberties, from Article 5 to Article 13, there are none of any constitutions that protect our human rights in data protection. Maybe because it's still very new, maybe because the evaluation just started for like a few centuries ago, and because of that, we have no like very solid protection towards this issue. And also because cyber IT is like a big field that we haven't really explored to the whole. And that being said, shall we actually risk our own privacy towards the development of this big data? I think the answer is, sometimes it's a yes. Because if we, as a people, human being, if we feel like our privacy is important, definitely it is, and we stop at one point of technology, it is actually quite actually quite not beneficial to society as a whole. So what should we do here is, we need to increase the protection. And how does the increasement of protection works? Definitely is based on how you're able to get more cyber ITs or people that are very knowledgeable in this field. And of course, to insert some essence of psychology, right? Because my topic got nothing to do with psychology, I would like to say the best thing of all is to change our mentality. Like, instead of having people who are so pro in this IT field and this big data, and they become like black hackers, gray hackers, why not we utilize people that are knowledgeable, let them be the white hackers. They should protect the whole society by protecting the security of the big data itself. And that's why I think psychology is important, because there's no use for us to increase there is no use for us to be scared of having advancement in our technology, but instead, we should look at how to change people's mentality to be more kind-hearted, to actually seek for better advancement in the future. So with that, I'd like to conclude my speech today. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ooh. Thank you to our second presenter for that rallying speech. Now, for our final third presenter, who will be speaking or responding to the question of what are some major implications of social media on human psychology. So, take it away.
Thank you. Test. Hello, hello. All right. Honestly, I don't expect myself to be here and very surprised. Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Jack, but this is actually a nickname. My real name is Chin Yo Jun, but call me Jack, it's more easier to remember, okay? So today, I'll be talking about the implications of social media on human psychology. So, I think everybody know what is social media already, right? Everybody have their own personal phone, either on the table, on the chair, in your pocket. All of your phone have social medias inside, right? Either Facebook, either Instagram, anything. Those are all social media. So, as in 2023, we are moving into a new era, which is the evolving of the digital. So, with this, a lot of companies such as Meta and also iOS, they are investing in social media type of apps such as VR and stuff. There are social media, no, there are games that are very social, which allows us to interact within one another. And in this era, we also talk about evolutionary, where we put some people's mind and soul into machines. Okay, this is not about my topic. Most importantly, I want to talk about the negative and positive implications of social media. Okay, so starting off, of course, we talk about the negative first, because everybody look negatively, right? So, okay, the first thing about social media is it causes us to have the fear, FOMO. You all heard about FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. And sadly enough, I also have that. So it's okay for everyone to have that, okay? Because I also have that. And research has shown that 56% of people using social media do incur in FOMO. Okay, so what is FOMO? So FOMO is basically you look at social media, Instagram, Facebook, anything, and then you see all your friends, all your family having fun, and then you alone at home sleeping, laying on bed, doing nothing. So disgusting, yeah. Okay, and then most importantly is like your friends are, wow, go out, party, woo! But then you no need go. And then most importantly, the saddest part I tell you, wow, your crush with another boy or another girl, okay? Wow, damn sad, yeah. Then you don't have chance with your crush already. Okay, so with this, FOMO allows people to have like deep sadness, and some people may call it depression. Okay, so due to using social media, it leads us into a vicious negative cycle. Another negative part about social media is that it affects our attention span, and whereby it increases distractions. Social media can say is a distraction to us. Like many companies, they actually hire many psychologists so that they can make social media more and more addictive. Research has shown that 60% of social media users are 60% of social media keep having distractions when doing things, so they are like a little bit addicted to it. And some people may say, oh, they got ADHD, but it's not true. It's basically your attention span getting better and better only. So it's due to social media. It's not you having a mental disorder, okay? And then another thing, these two parts will cause people to have addiction. I think everybody is very clear about addiction about social media, right? Because honestly, same lah, I also have it, and it's very bad lah. So basically, social media will go us into a vicious negative cycle. Okay, stop with the negativity. Let's talk about the positive parts. What is the positive parts about social media? Social media can bring people closer as a community as we are able to easily communicate. Social media has messenger apps such as Messenger, WhatsApp, WeChat. These apps allows us to connect within one another and even have long-distance relationships. Okay. Next, social media also increases in our creativity. It allows us to have critical thinking and solve problems creatively. Okay. So through the use of social media, we can look at people doing events, booths, and everything, and we can steal their ideas. Okay, don't say steal, like we borrow their ideas and create our own new ideas. And this is a very good use of social media as it allows us to do many events and booths and stuff. And social media, lastly, it lets us to have a humanistic view of life. It gives us hope upon humanity. Why is that so? Because social media, good posting of social media lets us spread awareness about bad things in war and also like famine. And social media allows us to unite let us unite as humanity and to fight upon these negative events. Yeah. Okay. So conclusion, social media has a lot of negative and positive implications. We ourselves must be disciplined enough to know how long we should stay on social media, because of course it does cause negative effects, but it also causes a lot of positive effects which can positively affect our life. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you once again to all of our presenters, Crystal, Heisi, and Jack. I hope I'm pronouncing all of your names correctly, right? The judges will deliberate for a bit, and the results of that will be announced at our closing ceremony. So for now, you are free to, until about 4:30, thereabouts, come back to the hall. 4 o'clock. And then come back to the hall, and we will announce the winners then. All right, congratulations once again, good job. Excellent.
Sorry, just to also add on, so come back to the hall at 4 p.m., right? But for those of you who, especially the top 30 challengers, or even those of you who are still visiting delegates itself, right? I would strongly encourage you, even though you're not waiting for your results, just the 3 of them, right? But still come back to the hall at 4 p.m. as well, because at 4 p.m., when we close the entire site convention, we will extend to you an additional invite. And trust me, you don't want to miss that invite, right? So again, I will strongly encourage all delegates here, if you are still here by 4 p.m., stay till 4 p.m., right? Come back at 4 p.m., we will announce the winners, and at the same time, I will extend to all of you an additional invite as well. All right, so I'll see you all at 4, right?